The new lesson today, we kind of chunked it up. It says solving multi-step equations, and that's what we did. We learned how to solve them by combining like terms, by using the distributive property, and we also learned how to clean up a division or a fraction problem. But the other part of it is solving one, but the second part is checking one. All right, you need to check your solution. Now, you're not checking the answer, you're checking what your value, if your value is right, the variable is right. All right, so let's go through, we'll solve one of these things, and let's do a distributive one. -7 y plus 1 plus 2y equals 8. All right, it's a huge problem. It's a classic example of what? Distributive property. So let's distribute. -7 times 1y is -7y. -7 times +1 is -7. Okay, so circle and solve and bring it on down. Everybody okay with this? All right, what's my next step? Like terms, combine like terms. So circle and connect. What? Yes, we're connected. And a negative and a positive, what do? Add or subtract? Subtract, you get 5y, and is it positive or negative? The 7 pulls it. Bring down the rest of the story. Okay with this, girls and boys? What's my next step? Add 7, get rid of 7 by adding the inverse, and you get -5 equals 15. 5y. Forgot my variable. Okay, now what's the next step? Divide both sides by -5, because the negative, the sign goes with the number, and you're left with y equals -3. Everybody okay with that one? Okay, with that, you box that in. And now this is our new lesson, so you solve it. We have solved the variable y equals -3 in this equation. All right, so now we need to check if our variable is correct. So you solve it by writing the... All right, so we've come up with a solution that y equals -3. So to check it, and this is what you need to do today, is you're going to go back through your homework last night, the 12 to 22, and check your answers to make sure they're right. So you write the original equation, -7 times y plus 1 plus 2y equals 8. You write the original equation. That's the first thing you need to do to check. So you solve it, and now we're going to check it. All right, and instead of y, what am I going to put in? -3. So -7 times -3 plus 1 plus 2 times -3 equals 8. And we're asking ourselves, does that equal 8? All right, so now order of operations, what do we do first? Parentheses, we solve what's in here. What's -3 plus 1? -2. Okay, and bring down the rest of the stuff. And we are multiplying a +2 times a -3. Remember, the sign goes with the number. 2 times a -3 is what? -6 equals 8. So bring down the rest of the stuff. Circle and solve. Bring it on down. Okay, what do I need to circle now? -7 times -2 is +14. Bring down the rest of the story. And 14 times 6, what is that?
Wait, isn't it 14 minus 6?
I mean, 14 minus 6 is 8, and 8 does equal 8. So we're asking ourselves, does this side actually equal this side? So you have to figure it out, substitute in, go through all your order of operations, and make sure that this side is actually the value of 8. Once you have that check, you box that in. So from now on, all of these lovely equations will be solved for the variable and checked to make sure they're correct. So correct, to check it, you write the original equation, substitute in, show all your work. So, do y'all get that? Let's do it one more time. Let's go through one of the questions we've already solved. We solved number 22. Let's go, we have a solution of b equals negative 34. So the original solution, original equation is plus 8 divided by 5 equals negative 12. So our solution is now, we got the original equation, we substitute in, instead of b, we're going to put negative 34, substitute in, plus 8 divided by 5. Does that equal negative 12? And if it does, then our solution is correct. All right, so order of operations, we multiply first, and that would be negative 68 plus 8 divided by 5. Does that equal negative 12? Well, what's negative 68 plus 8? Negative 60 divided by 5. Does that equal negative 12? Stop, drop, and divide. Negative 12 does in fact equal negative 12. So the solution of b equals negative 34 is correct. Voila! All that work for solving and checking one equation. Believe it or not, it gets easier.